Yes, we'll start now. So today's topic of discussion is Bellman-Ford algorithm. I introduced you to Bellman-Ford algorithm in the last class itself. We had done for one iteration as well, I guess, one or two iterations, isn't it? Let's continue with that today. So let me write down the directed graph first. So we are discussing Bellman-Ford algorithm. Bellman-Ford algorithm, and this is to find, it's also an example for single source shortest path, isn't it? The only thing is it also works for negative edges, whereas your Digital's algorithm will not work for negative edges. Your Bellman-Ford algorithm works for negative edges as well. But there is a disadvantage of Bellman-Ford algorithm also, wherein it will not work if you have a negative cycle. It will not work. The Bellman-Ford algorithm will not work, or it will keep on giving you different answers if there are negative cycles in the graph. If there are negative cycles in the graph, then you will end up getting the output every time, every iteration it keeps on changing, and you will not get the correct output. So you should make sure that there are no negative cycles for your Bellman-Ford algorithm to work with negative edges. So we have this graph. Okay, we have this graph. 1, 2, 3, fourth vertex. So number of vertices in the graph are 7. So maximum number of edges whatever we can have is 6 edges. So 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 6. We have an edge from 2 to 3, 4 to 3, and as I said, it is a directed graph. There will be weight associated with each. So I'll write down the weight also. So weight is 3, 6 to 7, weight 3, 4 to 6, it's minus 1. Here it is minus 2, minus 2, 6, 5, and this is 5. So this is your directed graph. Now how many vertices we have here? There are 7 vertices. So we have 7 vertices, and maximum we can have 6 edges. That means if we have n vertices, you can have n minus 1 edges. So every time we place different number of edges and try to find the shortest path from one to every other vertices. Is the screen visible and am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, okay. Yes. So we had done with this, isn't it? So let's write down the table first. So we will have the distance, which will be calculated depending on the number of edges. K represents the number of edges, and we have, edges K represents, and here we have 7 vertices. So we'll write down that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have edges K represented by K. So how many edges can we have? This is number of vertices. N vertices. So how many edges we will have? Maximum number of edges? How many? N minus 1 edges. So if we have n vertices, we will have maximum n minus 1 edges. And we'll try to calculate the distance between every pair of vertices by placing one edge first, two edges, three, likewise up to n minus 1 edges. Okay. Yes. Now, yes, we have to take the direct and we also have to consider the alternate path with 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what's the first thing? Let's find out which nodes are reachable with one edge from source 1 to all other vertices. Okay. So according to that, what happens is we have, let us write down the number of edges we have here. Okay, so what are the edges we have? 1 to 2. Can you tell me now? So 1 to 2 is one edge. In order we'll go from 1 to 2, then yes. Yes, we are noting down the edges. Just tell me what are the edges we have. From where to where we have edges? We have an edge from 1 to 2. Then
1, 2, 3, 1.
yeah. 45 in the meeting and no one is ready to answer. Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Then
1 to 4.
yes, we have an edge from 1 to 4. Then from 2 we'll check. Which are the edges available? From 2?
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
5. Then only 1, isn't it? Only one outgoing edge we have. Then we check with 3. How many edges we have from 3?
3 to 2.
There are 2. Yes.
3 to 2.
3 to 2. Then
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Right. Then we'll check with 4. So we have 2 edges going out. Right in order. So 4 to 3. 4 to 6. Then we'll take up 5. So what is the only edge which is going out from 5? 5 to 7, isn't it? Then if we take 6, there is only one edge going out of it, and that is 6 to 7. Okay, this is one of the shortcut method for you to solve the problem. Otherwise, you can always solve the way which I had taught you in the last class by taking the formula minimum, isn't it? Direct path and indirect path. So in this method, we'll just write down the edges like this. So totally we have 10 edges, isn't it? 3, 6, 9 and 10. Let's find out the shortest distance by placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 edges now. So to begin with, first let us write down by using a one edge, what are the nodes which are reachable? That is very much clear from this, isn't it? So we have 1 to 1, it is 0. So 1 to 2, we have an edge with value 6. And 1 to 3, with one edge, we have a value which is 5. That's the one which is reachable, isn't it? And then 1 to 4, 5. So with single edge, these nodes are not reachable. Okay. Now let's try with two edges. So initially what we do is we usually take infinity with 0 edges. We can have one more row here with the 0. Then we will note down 0, infinity, infinity. With one we note down this. Otherwise we can just move on like this, not a problem. So initially we say that these are all infinity. Then with one edge we have got this. Now let's start. Now to reach 2, 1 to 2, we'll take this and we will check the path. To reach 2, okay, 1 to 2, we can move through this. Okay, 0. Okay, that we have done already. So this is already 6 and this is already 5 and this is already 5, isn't it? For this, according to this iteration. Now we will move on with 2 edges. Okay, so let's see now. 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2. We have an edge with 6, and if we consider 2 edges, see here, we can move it like this also, isn't it? 0 plus 6 is 6 and 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 5 is 5, and then if we will, okay, so 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 0 plus 6 is 6, so we have noted down the smallest. Earlier it was infinity. 0 plus 5, earlier it was infinity. I have just written 5 here. Now 0 plus 5, earlier it was infinity. We have written 5. Now we will move from 2 to 5 now. Okay. So when we move from 2 to 5, we will check. So it was infinity. Now 6 minus 1. How much is 6 minus 1? 5. So 5 is lesser than this infinity. Hence, I can just change this value to 5 now. Then consider the next stage, 3 to 2. Okay, 3 to 2. So 3 to 2 is 5 minus 2. The new value is 5 minus 2, which is 3. And the old value is 6. So which one do you consider as the smallest among 5 minus 2, 3 and 6? Which is the smallest? 3 is the smallest. Hence what we do? We will just replace this value with 3. Okay. Now 3 to 5. So 3 to 5. We already have a value 5 here. And when we check, 5 plus 1 is 6 and already 5. So which is minimum among this? 5 is only minimum. We'll leave it as it is. Okay. Then we'll take up 4 to 3. So 4 to 3, check here, 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2 is 3. Already the value is 5 here. So which one is smaller among 3 and 5? 3 is smaller. So we will change this to 3. Okay. Then when we come to 4 to 6, we have 5 minus 1, which is 4, and already we have infinity here. So which is smaller? 4 is smaller. So we will replace it by 4. Then we will 5 to 7. So what's the value from 5 to 7? It is 5 plus 3, which is 8. What happens actually here is the only nodes which are reachable till 2 with 2 edges will be up to 5 and 6 only. 7 you can reach only with 3 edges. So what happens? It will retain the value 5 to 7. It will retain the value infinity itself because as it is not reachable. And 6 to 7 is also not reachable because we have k value is right now only 2. With 2 edges we are checking. So let me write down the values now here, whatever are available. See here at this point we have 0. At this point we have 3, we have 3 here. At 4 we have 5 here. At 5 we have 5 here. Okay. At 6 we have 4. What about 7? We have infinity. Did you get this? Yes. So we are checking with 2 edges. Okay. If you will look at the graph, what we do first is 0 to 1 to 2, whatever value you have, you compare with initial value, and if it is this alternate path, if it is lesser than the initial value, whichever value is minimum, that we will just note down. Okay. Likewise, we continue with all the edges. Now why we didn't write for 7? That is because k is 2. That is we are placing only 2 edges and we are checking. So what happens is with 2 edges you will not be able to reach the 7 here. Hence what happens is it will just print infinity over here. For all other nodes we will have some modifications being done. Okay. Next, if we consider the next iteration with 3 edges, let's just move on like that. Now we assume that it is clearly visible that 7 is also reachable with 3 edges. Now let's find out the shortest path. So 1 to 2, 0 plus 6 is the only path available. Like this is the path available. Later it will change. Let's see. Right now 0, 6, 6. Okay, 0, 6 and 3. So whichever is smaller, 3 is smaller. So we will keep it as it is. Now 1 to 3 if you take 1 to 3, 5 and here it is 3. So we'll keep it as it is. 1 to 4, here 0 plus 5 and this is also 5. We'll keep it as it is. Now we'll move on to 2 to 5. Let's check here. 2 to 5, 3 minus 1 is 2 and already available value is 5. So which is smaller here among 2 and 5? 3 minus 1, 2 and 5. So whichever is smaller, we will note on that. So now we have changed this value to 2. Next, 3 to 2. Let's check. 3 to 2 is, see here, what is the 3 value? 3 minus 2 is 1. What is the earlier value? 3. So whichever is smaller, we will note down it. So it is 3 minus 2, which is 1. 3 is greater than 1. So we will modify this value to 1. Now 3 to 5. Let's check here. So 3 to 5 is 3 plus 1, 4. But already we have minimum value 2. So we will keep it as it is. Next, 3 to 5 over. Now I am checking with 4 to 3. So 4 to 3. 5 minus 2 is 3 and already we have 3. So we'll keep it as it is. 4 to 6. Now 4 to 6. 5 minus 1, 4. Already 4. So both are same. We'll retain it as it is. Now 5 to 7. Check here. 5 to 7. So what's the value which is available? 2 plus 3, 5. And we have infinity over here. So what do we do? Which is the smallest value? 2 plus 3, it becomes 5. So 5 is better than infinity. So we will change this to 5. And now 5 to 7 over, then we have 6 to 7. 6 to 7, 4 plus 3, 7 and earlier value is 5. Okay. So which one is smaller? 5 only. So we will retain it as it is. So what is the new value we have got? At 1, 0, 2, it is 1, 3, it is 3, at 4, it is 5, at 5, it is 2, at 6, it is 4, and at 7, it is 5. We have got the path, shortest path. Okay. Now, let's try with keeping 4 edges. As you all can see, okay, let's try now. Let's try keeping 4 edges and check the distance between every pair of vertices. Okay, now let's begin again. 1 to 2, 6, 1. So we'll retain 1 to 3, 5, 3 minimum. We'll keep it. 0, 5, 5, already 5. We'll keep it. 2 to 2 to 5. Okay, just check this 2 to 5. So what is the value we have? 1 minus 1 is 0 and here we have value 2. So which is smaller, 0 or 2? 1 minus 1 becomes 0 and earlier value is 2. So whichever is smaller we have to note down. So this becomes 0. Now next 3 to 2. 3 to 2. 3 minus 2, it is 1. 1 is already there. So we will keep it as it is. 3 to 5. See here 3 plus 1, 4 and 0 is smaller. So we'll keep it 0 as it is. Then 4 to 3. So 5 minus 2, 3. We'll keep it as it is. 4 to 6. Just check here. 4 to 6. 5 minus 1, 4, already 4, we'll keep it. Then 5 to 7. So 0 plus 3, 0 plus 3. See, this is the new value. 0 plus 3 is 3. We have 5. So we will just change this to 3. Then 6 to 7. See here, we have 4 plus 3, 7. But already available value is 3. So we'll keep it 3 as it is. So now let's write down. So we have 0. And at 2 we have value 1. So we'll write down 1. At 3 the value is 3. At 4 the value is 5. At 5 the value is 0. At 6 the value is 4. And at 7 the value is 3. Okay? 4, 3. Now, if you will observe, let's try for one more iteration. If it is coming same, then it obviously means it will be same for 6 edges also. Okay, again we'll try 1 to 2, 0 plus 6, 6, 1 is smaller, 0 plus 5, 3 is smaller. Okay. And 0 plus 5, 5 is only smaller. And then we have 2 to 5, 2 to 5. So it is 1 minus 1, 0 already there. So we cannot have lesser value than that. 3 to 2, 3 minus 2, 1 already there. 3 to 5, 3, 1, 0 lesser value already there. 4 to 3, 5 minus 2, 3 which is already there. 4 to 6 which is 4 which is already available. 5 to 7, 0 plus 3, 3 is already available. 6 to 7, 7 and 3, 3 is the smallest value. So was there any change? As we didn't get any change, we can just note down the same values. Once there are no changes, so you can just copy down the values as it is. So this is the shortest path from 1 to every other vertices. If you will check, it will be perfect. Okay. This is one of the easiest method to find. Otherwise, you can also find it by using the minimum.
Sridevi ma'am.
Ma'am?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, what is the CO you are considering? CO3 or CO4?
CO4, ma'am.
Okay. It is actually K3 and K4, no? The level associated with the topic?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
K4.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, you continue.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is how we'll end up getting the table. If you will observe here, you can just find out that this is the shortest path from 1 to every other vertices. Okay, so what about the time complexity of this? When it comes to the time complexity, so we have n edges. Okay, we'll just write it down as E. We represent E for edges and V for vertices. So we will have n minus 1 edges and n vertices. So what will be the time complexity? We go of number of edges minus number of vertices. So if it comes to the complexity, we can just say the number of edges and vertices, and it will be n into n, and this becomes n square. Okay, you can just, as it is just n minus 1, we can just consider it as n into n and say that it is n square. Now, what if it is a complete graph? This is an incomplete graph. What do you mean by an incomplete graph? we will have vertices between, edges between every pair of vertices. Then only it becomes complete graph, isn't it? Is it right? Yes? When you consider a particular graph as complete? Yes? Someone? Is there anybody there, or just logged in and you have just keeping mum? Only if Rachita is there, she'll answer. What about others? Unmute yourself and speak. What do you mean by complete graph? I've already given the answer for you. What is a complete graph? You cannot repeat that also. Yes?
All the levels are completely filled except the lowest one.
So that is with respect to your tree. Okay. So almost complete tree, complete tree. So I'm asking about graph. So graph is complete. Yes, if there is an edge between every pair of vertices. Okay, if you have an edge between every pair of vertices, then we consider that particular graph as complete graph. Whatever you said is correct with respect to tree, Rashmi. Okay, so this is with respect to graph. Whenever we have edges between every pair of vertices, then that particular graph is complete. So in that case, the time complexity, I'm just telling what will be the time complexity in that case. I'll just move this. Yes. So in that case, we will have, if it is a complete graph, we are talking about complete graph. So if it is a complete graph, we will have edges between every pair of vertices. In that case, the number of edges will be n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay. When you have n into n minus 1 by 2 edges, you will have n minus 1. We'll take n minus 1 vertices, and when you will solve this, the time complexity will be n cube. So what you can say is, Bellman-Ford algorithm, the time complexity will be n square if it is not a complete graph. Once if it is a complete graph, then the time complexity changes to n cube. Okay. So this is what I wanted to discuss today. Has everybody got how we have done this? Is there any doubt? Because it's the first time, you may get confused while doing this, but if you practice, see, immediately you'll get the answers. Not at all a problem. You can just don't bother about number of edges and all, just find out and write down. So once you are finished with all the edges, note down the values, and again once you are finished with all the edges, third iteration, if you have finished with all the edges, just note down the new values whatever you have got. Should I explain it again, or was it clear for everyone? You can put it in the chat box if you're not able to unmute. There may be problems unmuting, for unmuting and other things. So I just reply in the chat box. If you want me to explain again, let us take up that once again. Yes? I want everyone to reply. Yes, at least if you cannot unmute, you can just type it over here. Understood. Likita understood. What about others?
Understood, ma'am.
Sorry, Rashmi, understood? Okay.
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, fine. It's not that difficult also, isn't it? It's easy only. But what you have to do is you have to write the formula also. So whatever minimum we had discussed. Yes, many are replying. This one. So this formula and explanation, you have to write it, this one. Okay, then you can just solve it the way I told you just now. Fine. Okay, then when you're telling that you have understood, you can try for this then. Okay, you can try for this. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we have a path between 1 to 2 with the cost of 2, 1 to 3 with the cost of 4, 3 to 5 with the cost of 2, 5 to 6 with the cost of 6. Then we have 2 to 3 and the cost is -3. And there is a path from 2 to 4 with the cost of 1. Then again I have a path from 2 to 5 with the cost of 5. Okay, this cost is 5. Then I also have a path from 3 to 4 with cost -4. Okay. Then there is again a path from 4 to 6 with weight 8. Now, okay, there is also a path from 4 to 5 to 4 for the cost of 4. Now, can you apply Bellman-Ford algorithm for this and find the shortest path from 1 to every other vertex? Will you do it? Will you do it? Note down the question. Note down the question. Is everybody noting down the question? You should answer. Let the session
Yes,
be.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Note down the problem and start solving it. Okay. So when it is a complete graph, the time complexity becomes n cube. When it is if it is not a complete graph, then obviously it will be n square. Okay, I'm here only waiting for your answers. Just take your own time, do it properly. Note down the problem. Okay. Once the values will start repeating, it means that you need not have to calculate again and again. For one row, if it is repeating, you can just write down the same as it is. Sometimes what happens is for the first one only, in the first iteration only, you may end up like first iteration could be the final. So for second, if it is repeating, then it's obvious that it repeats for everything. Only if there are changes, it means that it is changing. Once, if it starts repeating, it cannot change and you can just copy down as we did here. Isn't it? See, from here, it's the same. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we have a meeting also at 12:50. At 12:40, we all will leave this meeting, okay? But I want the answers to be posted in to my number. You have to take the snapshot and send it to me personally. I'm waiting for your answers. At 12:40, we'll wind up 4 more minutes. You just finish your work, send the snapshot.